right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. 5 days straight, no rest, oh well. I don't need no scale. I've been on my, I don't need no help. Always getting money, rain, snow, sleet, every day I work my thumb. I don't get to take off. A hater get up. I'm ready like lift off. I never been nowhere, but I'm ready to stay gone. Nothing ever lasts long. I'm always beating the odds. Taking all these trips, I had to go and get a passport. I'm just trying to live, I don't know what these mad for. I just signed a deal and got a really big bag for it. Still at your mama crib, ain't getting money, you gotta ask for it. I'm tired of complaining, I got up and changed my situation. Looking at the view outside, I thought I would never make it. Every day they take, but that don't stop the money making. If you want it, go and take it, ain't no point in hesitating. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
Coach, thank you. Well, you folks at home can see the evidence. Snow and supposedly a few inches yet to fall here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the New York Giants. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. Yeah, that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Set, ready? 90 Wolf.
Let's get off the field, B. Let's get off the field, B.
Christian Travis.
11-3.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
It's hauled in by Shepard. 7 yards there and a first down. A lot of people thinking that this could be a good year for Sterling Shepard to step out of the shadows of Odell Beckham Jr. But a season ago, pretty good for Sterling Shepard. 66 receptions, 872 yards, and now hoping for a 1,000-yard campaign in 2019.
Ready, ready. 50, plant. Chopper, chopper.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Ready? 18 Gator.
Mike 54. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
General West.
Shit.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the run, it's Barkley. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down.
6-6, bullet hot.
On 2nd and 9, Jones being chased out left. And avoids the contact by sliding. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Ready?
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Throwing Jones. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Give me some.
Riley, 64, read.
Check 13. Check 37. Check 37. Check.
Lefty. Protein spill.
Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Kill.
57. Blue draw Porker.
Running with Howard. Howard has the first down and then some. And now look at him go. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. It's a big-time run by Jordan Howard. 74 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. To throw, it's Wentz. That's caught by Jackson. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
Go. 280.
Silver.
It's a sneak. It's Wentz. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz taking it in. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Extra point through the snowflakes. Up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Now.
Now Saquon Barkley. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Down. 60 outlaw.
54. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Let's go.
On 3rd and 2, Jones. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Pat Shurmur, he's going to roll the dice. His guys are going on 4th down. They'll run for it with Barkley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
Oh, he's got the full package. He can spin, he can juke, he can make you miss, he can drop his shoulder on you. Some of that elusiveness we saw at Penn State has definitely translated to the NFL game. Saquon Barkley hit the proper buttons and turned him loose.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Jones. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jones flush to his right. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down, makes it manageable now.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Here, one.
Looking to throw. Jones into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
That's what you call a rookie mistake. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That's a gain of 4.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Here we go, here we go. 120! Wrap!
Watch it. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check.
Go.
Snap coming at 1. Now wins. And that is incomplete. Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick, there on the coverage. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 17. Jones now from the gun, he'll throw. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Here's 5-7.
55. Smooth. 55. Here we go, G. Get off the field.
Mike 55. Hey, eat. Hey, we got to get to the ball, G. We got to get to the ball.
Throwing on 2nd down. Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here we go. 280.
55. Mike.
Check tight.
Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Two jet.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. He'll hit Jackson, complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
At the 27-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Wentz now to throw. And this is Hurts with it, right side. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think in clement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Sunday.
Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. 20. It's caught by Jackson. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more.
Eagles 20, Giants 3.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hold now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Jones going to throw again. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Jones operating from the gun. It's caught. Shepard. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 40. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Catch made by Slayton. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And Ingram holds it in. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Evan Ingram, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon, and they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was the prototype of what we're seeing today. We're seeing it each and every week now.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
At the 22-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Again, it's Howard. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. Throwing is Wentz. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Trying the right side with Howard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
It's caught by Aguilar. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
5-9, 5-9.
47.
Hey, wahoo!
Check, 47. I got you, boy. I got you, boy. 47, Mike. 47, Mike. Mike, 47. He runs.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 39. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
At their own 40-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
17 yards and a Giant first down. Back to throw. Jones. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one, because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 24-yard line. Jones now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Jones. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Jones now to throw again. That's complete to Slayton. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down, eluding the pressure right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs and keep possession of the football.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Hatch it.
Sunday.
Wentz. Aguilar has it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Jones. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Catch is made by Arcega right side. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another nice gain. That's now 30. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They hand off to their big tight end. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Dallas Goedert, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Golden Tate, 88 yards. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive interception, this drive a touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid.